All right, guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So there's a lot of stuff going on across the globe right now, and the U.S. is fixing to get involved in it, in my opinion, with everything, all the military being shipped out that way towards Israel with the threats from Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, all these things, and the constant reports I'm getting that the FBI, Sheriff's Office, and things of that nature here in the United States are warning of possible terrorist activity, terrorist attacks here on U.S. soil. So we need to be prepared as much as possible. But before we get into the video, a real quick word from our sponsor. All right, guys, so today's video is actually brought to you by hamradioprep.com. Guys, this is a very important prep for preppers. Plain out and simple, you need to have a way of communication. Whether it be natural disasters or the end-all be-all, you need to have ways of communication. Now, Ham Radio Prep offers training courses on their website so you can get better prepared to get your ham radio license. The fact is, natural disasters and situations that we deal with on a daily basis do require communication, and sometimes you need to have a ham radio access to actually get information out or information coming in. Guys, ham radios is the best emergency communication system out there because it allows you to talk all the way around the world with your own equipment. No cell phones and no internet required, but you do need to have a license to operate. That's where Ham Radio Prep comes in. They offer the industry's leading prep course. They provide learning materials for over 90,000 students who went on to become licensed operators. This right here, guys, is something I do stand behind. You need to have ham radios, form of communications as a prepper. They offer courses that you give you a complete breakdown of what you need to be studying, what you need to learn on your ham systems before you ever go try to take the test. That way, you're already prepped up and ready to go take your test and get that license. So anyway, guys, definitely check them out. If you use promo code Survival Living, you will get a discount, by the way. So definitely check them out, guys. Probably my main concern over all this, and there's a lot of concern, guys. All right, I don't live in fear. I'm a prepper. My main concern is this push that I'm seeing spoke on overseas. This attack from Hamas on Israel was their 911. Let's put it that way. Still, words are flagged here on this platform. I can't help that. I like the correlation that they keep on spinning that, because it was a major attack, don't get me wrong, all right? But I'm seeing other things getting pushed behind the scenes and the way they're phrasing things because they want everybody to get on board with what's fixing to happen there. In my opinion, the United States is going to be bringing aid as far as military factors, U.S. troops on the ground, along with other allies for Israel to fight this. And not just with Hamas and Hezbollah. No, I believe Iran, who's making threats right now, is going to step in. I believe Russia and China are stepping in on this too. I was concerned that the Ukraine and Russia conflict was going to be the start of our global conflict. Wide open. And there is a conflict going on. It could always pop off hot. This right here, oh, it makes me feel bad all over. This thing stinks to high heaven. It really does. We have a military right now that is constantly complaining about fat bodies, woke, just people on the cell phones. Yeah, I've seen the videos, basic training, boot camp with their cell phones. How does that happen? Crazy. But this new generation of fighters, soldiers, not all, it's just a large portion of it I'm seeing, is in for a very rude awakening going against hardened combat vets of a different nation. You know, we saw the push with that arm ticket. You guys remember that. And a lot of military got out of service because they refused to get it. I said it's paving a way for their new woke military. And that's exactly what they've done. You know, I was watching politicians discuss about how we can afford to fight 2 wars financially to finance the war in Ukraine and also finance the war with Israel. What happens when China rolls in? What happens when Russia rolls in? They actually believe that we can fight multiple fronts here. Our economy is in the tank. It's shit. Our economy sucks right now. Our hardened soldiers that came back from Iraq, Afghanistan, you know, they went through hell. And they're getting replaced with Kit Kat, TikTok, whatever, you know, dancing beside the car, getting run over by it and stuff like that. They're getting replaced by Tide Pod eating numbnuts. I worry that our military is not up to par for another major conflict. Right now, our military is not involved in Ukraine. Right now, our military is not involved in Israel, as far as back there in the sandbox fighting. What's going to happen when the new military arrives? Are they going to be yelling about pronouns? Didn't use the right pronouns? Unfortunately, guys, America doesn't stand behind the government. Most don't. And there's nothing wrong with that, because our government right now, I don't stand behind. Our government here in America has proven that it's fraudulent, that it will do anything it can to push its own agenda and screw over civilians. So another major conflict, they don't have the backing of the American people. Which brings me back to the rhetoric of 9/11, 9/11. They're trying to do everything they can to rally the populace in support of U.S. intervention. Mark my words. What has me concerned? Another concern, right? When the FBI is talking about be watchful, be ready for terrorist activity here in American soil, sheriff departments and stuff discussing this, I have a feeling that something will pop off here. And I'm really not believing it's going to be sleeper cells. Now, do we have sleeper cells here? Absolutely we do. But I believe that it's going to be a homegrown, homemade, false. Should be up there for you guys. I think that's what's going to happen. Our government will be the one instituting the emergency. Got to do something to rile up and rally up everybody to jump on board for an invasion force. That's my thoughts. Something like this, guys, you need to be prepping here at the home as much as possible. Okay? Watch your surroundings. I know it's holiday season's coming up soon. People are out and about. Be careful out there. All right, you don't have to live in fear, but be prepped, ready. If you are legally able to have body armor, man, they've got all kind of amazing body armor products out there now that you can't even tell people wearing it. Keep it on you. Keep a updated IFAK kit. Learn it. Know how to use that trauma equipment in case something major happens. If you're concealed carry, be carrying. I don't want you out there putting yourself in harm's way, but when harm's way comes to you and your family, I want you to be prepared as much as possible. I don't want you being a statistic. I want you to prevail. So with that comes training. If you have a firearm, you need to be training with it. You need to be putting yourself in a situation, even though it's simulated, it still adds that stress to you to make sure that you are able to function when time comes. I want you to be working on your food stocks. Long-term food storage, normal canned good, dry good rotation. Get food put back. Water storage, water filtration, medical. Communication is very important. If they shut grids down, shut off internet, shut off cell signal, and that always happens with invasions. I mean, We do it over there all the time. What's to say they won't do it here? Having the availability to fire up a ham radio, send information out, receive information, it's going to be very important. All right, guys, this is a lot of stuff to take in and look at. I'm not here to scare the crap out of you, but I'm seeing a lot of things moving, but I am also seeing that rhetoric long play, if you will. We got some tough times coming. Might not be fighting in the streets here, but I wouldn't be surprised if other countries don't push it, or our own government do it to get support for a war, or if foreign military using sleeper units trying to sow discourse, break us up, break the spirit of the American people. We prep for a reason, and it's so that we are prepared for as many things as possible. And war is one, not just conflict with kinetic weapons. Financial is very important. A wartime economy can destroy households quick. Stay prepping, guys. Stay vigilant. Speak to y'all later.